don't think so. She was in there getting into the cold tub, so she keeps saying I'll be fine.
What's going on, my Flyby family? It's your boy Izzy. Welcome if you're new. Sophie Cunningham's injury scared everybody half the...
Stephanie White, Indiana's fearless head coach who could probably draw up a game-winning play in her sleep, just dropped a surprising update on Sophie Cunningham's injury. And trust me, this isn't your standard she's doing. Fine, nothing to see here. Report. Nope. There's real drama behind this one. Twists, concerns, and a few eyebrow-raising details that are definitely going to get fans talking. If you thought this was going to be a simple bounce-back story, think again. This update adds an entirely new layer to the situation, and it's getting a whole lot more intense than anyone expected.
So Sophie Cunningham went down with what did not look like the greatest injury. She went down, rolled her ankle after landing on Ryan Howard's leg, which is not an ideal.
Stephanie White just gave a major update on Sophie Cunningham's injury. And trust me, this isn't your typical doom and gloom headline. There's no tearful sideline moment with Sophie buried under ice packs and regrets. Because, let's be real, this is Sophie Cunningham we're talking about. Fierce, fearless, and completely incapable of backing down. The update, packed with unexpected energy and a few surprising twists. Instead of slipping quietly into recovery mode, Sophie's already drawing up her own comeback plan, like it's mission control for a return no one saw coming. Think an injury's going to slow her down? Not a chance. This isn't a setback. It's motivation. And Sophie, she's just getting started. If you're riding with Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham, subscribe to the channel and drop a CC is the GOAT in the comments below.
Let's talk to this game. Number one, the starters for Indiana were okay, right? We ended up seeing a change in the starting lineup. We saw Sophie Cunningham get the starting nod. However, Sophie Cunningham had to go out of the game. I forgot what half that was, if that was in the first half or the second half. But Sophie Cunningham was coming down. She was in the air, coming down. She ended up rolling her ankle on Ryan Howard's foot. She went out of the game, was on the bench for a little while, and I believe she went to the locker room, but she did not return back.
Sophie Cunningham is in a league of her own. She's more than just a talented player. She's a warrior on the court. Injuries don't shake her. They fuel her fire. She's not the type to sit back and hope for a lucky break. When setbacks hit, Sophie meets them head-on with a challenge-accepted attitude, determined to come back stronger every single time. When news of her injury first broke, there were questions. Is her season over? Will she play it safe? But Sophie's response silenced the doubt. Her resilience made it clear she's not backing down. She's ready to fight through anything that stands in her way.
I didn't know. Yes, Sophie Cunningham got injured. Okay, she got injured. She landed on her ankle the wrong way. Let's go ahead and look through the play right now. All right. So here she is here, coming for the rebound, boom, and lands on Ryan Howard's foot the wrong way, and she was...
If you followed Sophie Cunningham's career, then you already know the answer. She doesn't wait for permission or the perfect moment to make her return. Instead, she storms back onto the court with relentless energy, like the injury never even happened, leaving defenders in her rear view. This injury update, it's not about her sitting out. It's about her comeback, driven by fire, fueled by determination, and inspiring everyone who's watching. Sophie turns setbacks into showcases of strength. Her resilience is unmatched. Her will to rise, unshakable. Time and time again, she proves she's not just a player. She's a game changer. And this time, she's coming back stronger than ever.
Sophie Cunningham obviously played the entire game with them saying that she was Lexi Hull. Everything Sophie Cunningham did was Lexi Hull. Everything Lexi Hull did was Sophie Cunningham. The answers literally mixed the two of them up for the whole game. But she was down. She went down pretty hard. And one thing I will say that I was pretty happy about was that it didn't appear that Lexi Hull was, or say that Sophie Cunningham, geez, now I'm mixing them up after the announcers did. It didn't appear that Sophie Cunningham was like she couldn't put weight.
When Sophie Cunningham steps back onto the court, it's not just an athlete returning from injury, it's a storm rolling in, a force of nature, ready to shake the game to its core. Anyone. Whoever doubted her strength or resilience, they're about to find out just how wrong they were. Sophie's not just coming back, she's coming back stronger, fueled by relentless determination and an unshakable competitive fire. She's not your average player. She embodies toughness, grit, and unstoppable drive. Think modern-day superhero. Her cape, a jersey, her power, absolutely undeniable. Physically, built like she could bench press a truck, Sophie plays with that same explosive energy, every movement sharp, powerful, and deliberate. Watching her is like witnessing a freight train in motion. Fast, fierce, and impossible to stop. Whether she's locking down on defense, charging through defenders, or silencing the noise with pure hustle, Sophie's presence commands attention. Her return isn't just a comeback, it's a statement, a declaration that she's here to dominate, to inspire, and to prove, once again, that she's a force the league can't contain.
This game. So I hope that Sophie Cunningham is okay. Again, it looks like a rolled ankle, so hopefully it's not too bad. Maybe she's out for a day or so. We'll see. We'll find out an update from the Indiana Fever. But Sophie Cunningham did go out of the game.
If you ever needed proof that the Indiana Fever are more than just a team, they're a force of nature, look no further than Sophie Cunningham. She's not just a player. She's the lightning in the middle of the storm. The Fever could adopt a motto like, "We're here to dominate," and Sophie would be the first to step forward and say, "Absolutely." Her mindset is what sets her apart. She brings the ferocity of a lion and the agility of a gazelle, making defenders look like they're chasing a shooting star. Adversity doesn't faze her. Whether she's knocked to the floor or slammed mid-play, like in that recent battle against the Mystics, yeah, we'll get to that, Sophie just pops back up, calm as ever, like gravity's just a mild inconvenience. She doesn't flinch. She thrives on contact. Her attitude says, "That was fun, let's run it back." Sophie Cunningham is pure energy in motion, relentless, resilient, unstoppable. She doesn't just play the game, she ignites it, a walking, talking, natural disaster. On the court, Sophie is the definition of fight, grit, and bounce-back power, and every time she rises, she comes back even stronger.
And that's a positive thing. She was like trying to see if she could get back in the game. Obviously, they're not dumb. They're not going to put her back into a preseason game. But she was trying to get back into the game, which is big. If we're honest, that is genuinely big. But as well as that, we've now heard Stephanie White talking about
that moment. Everybody was scared in the live stream, man. I was holding my breath. My face was fixed a certain way that looked crazy. I mean, we were scared in there, okay? Now, the main thing is, yes, she twisted her ankle, okay? And she was out for the rest of the game. But she is okay, all right? It did look like it could have been something worse because of how she landed, and it was like more so of an Achilles looking stretch instead of a twisted sideways foot. So that's what scared that's what scared me. But nonetheless, man, it came out that it was a twisted ankle and she was okay, and she was just gonna sit out for the rest of the
Sophie Cunningham started in her place, which was an interesting wrinkle before the game. Cunningham actually stepped on somebody's foot and turned her ankle and had to leave the game, though Stephanie White said afterwards that Cunningham said she'll be fine. So that's the update from Sophie Cunningham, and it was a run-of-the-mill step on the foot ankle injury.
And it's getting ugly already out there. There was a couple of ugly fouls. And the retards, as I like to call them, the RAHTARDSs.
About Sophie Cunningham, I hope she feels better. I'm going to call it out. I saw what happened.
They're already now attacking Sophie Cunningham. Oh, they're mad. The MAGA Barbies got them angry. They're cheering on violence against this basketball player. Sophie Cunningham just got...
Being back in the Midwest, you got a little taste of winter in the middle of March and April. That's always fun.
Heck yeah. After practice yesterday, they had scalloped potatoes and meatloaf, and I was like, I am back in the Midwest. And I love it. So I'm all here. I'm for it.